which is part of the reason why Arizona Republican Congresswoman Debbie Lesko says major changes really need to be made. She's living it every day there in her home community. Good to have you here, Congresswoman. What's your reaction to all of this and to the latest comments?
It's a very sad situation that that officer had to die at the hands of an illegal immigrant. And it's just another example of why we need to secure the border and change our loose and lax immigration laws.
What is it like there where you are in Arizona? I mean, how do people feel overall about this? And what is your concern about the trafficking that's going on right there in your backyard?
You know, illegal immigration and stopping it has been the #1 issue poll-wise in Arizona for many years, and it was this election year too, especially in my district. People are compassionate, and that's why we have over 1 million immigrants that immigrant here legally, but they want people to follow the laws. They want to know who's coming across the border. They want things done lawfully. And that's why when I was in Congress, Republicans pushed for changing the immigration loopholes so that it's not incentivizing these cartels to exploit children and women. I mean, this is a bad problem. It's up to Congress to fix it, and I really hope that the Democrats will come to the table and negotiate, because this is about national security.
It goes beyond, I think, the wall, right? I mean, you need the wall, I think, that for various reasons, including the symbolism of it, right? I mean, it sends a message to anybody who wants to come here illegally. You shouldn't underestimate that. But what you're talking about is something on a bigger level. And I think that this is something that everyone in the country, both sides, could agree on, which is some major immigration reform. And yet the Democrats, because they're stuck on this wall, because frankly, let's face it, it's a political issue. They do not want anything that this president has promoted as really a signature issue to seem as though he's succeeded. So because of that, they're not moving forward on this meaningful immigration reform to get the good people in and keep the bad people out.
Well, you're absolutely right. I voted for legislation that I believe was a compromise, and it would have funded border security and a border fence, but it also would have allowed DACA recipients to stay here legally. To me, that was a compromise, but not one single Democrat in Congress voted for it. And now, you know, last Thursday, Republicans in the House voted to keep the government open, and so it also included about $5.7 billion in funding for border security and a border fence and for disaster relief in California and Florida. And again, not one single Democrat voted for it. And so then it goes over to the Senate, and because of their 60-vote rule, they need Democrat input. Well, the Democrats have just been obstinate. They will not come to the table. It's very disheartening. I hope that they do.
All right, so now you're in this standoff, and you get the government in shutdown mode. How long does that continue?
You know, I don't think anybody knows right now. I'm back in Arizona. I came back last Saturday night, but have my bags packed, ready to go in case a deal is made and that we can go back and vote for something that's reasonable. Again, this has been going on for quite some time, and in Arizona, this is a hugely important issue. Our lax immigration laws are creating incentives for people to come here and for people to bring their children here.
You know, I hear you, and this is something that really does need to get resolved, and it's coming to a head. Congresswoman, thank you very much.